quick before I start this review, guys, I just wanted to say I am sorry. I've been meaning to get you guys more content recently. I've had a lot of video ideas I wanted to put out, but unfortunately I've been really busy with life, and that kind of gets in the way. But I promise from this point on, I will try my best to get you guys at least one video every week. This week, I might get 2 out, including this one, but you will definitely be getting one, aka the one you're watching right now. So without any further ado, cue the intro music. What's up, guys? My name is Steven and I'm here to bring you my thoughts on X-Men Apocalypse. Now, I have been an X-Men fan for a very long time. I really love the comics. The movies in general were some of the first comic book things I ever got introduced to as a kid. And they've been going on for a very long time. And Days of Future Past was one of my favorite comic book movies I've ever seen. Does it follow the storyline exactly from the comics? Absolutely not. But is it still awesome? Yes. It did a good job of resetting a lot of the mistakes that were made in past movies and revitalizing the X-Men franchise, so this one has a lot to live up to, both as a follow-up to that movie and as a standalone movie. So that really is the question here. Does it do both, or does it do one better than the other? Well, yes and no. As always, I'm going to give you the good, I'm going to give you the bad, and I'm going to tell you ultimately what I thought about X-Men Apocalypse. As always, first the good. I really feel like this doesn't need to be said, but all of the returning cast is really great. James McAvoy owns it as Professor X. Jennifer Lawrence is great as Mystique, as always. More on her later, though. Nicholas Hoult is awesome as Beast. I always like the fact that Nicholas Hoult is a very skinny actor, but when he goes into Beast mode, he's physically bigger. There's a big contrast between the two. It's kind of what I liked about Edward Norton's Hulk. Little guy, big beast. Also, Quicksilver is awesome, and he has another speed sequence, and it's awesome. And he sticks around for a lot more than he did before, because I always question that about Days of Future Past. I'm like, hey guys, you have a person with godlike speed, might want to keep him around. In this one they do that, which makes me really happy. But among all of the returning cast, the one that does shine the brightest is most certainly Michael Fassbender as Magneto. He brings so much emotion to this role. I mean, you could put Michael Fassbender in a crap movie, he will give you a great performance, which is why I'm hoping Assassin's Creed will be good. But pretty much any and all emotion in this movie does come from his character arc, and it is really touching, really gripping. I absolutely loved it. But we don't just have old cast in this movie, we have new cast members, aka characters we've seen before, but recast in a younger way, so they're kind of being reintroduced, but whatever, I don't care. The point is, Nightcrawler's back, and he's awesome! He's awkward, and blue abadi there he is! Jean Grey is really good. Sophie Turner does a great job of playing her. Honestly, I really enjoy her performance because it's very subtle. She gets to hold back a lot of her power, and you can tell she's scared of it. But she's also very confident and kind. And for once, I didn't hate Cyclops. Yeah, he's a douche, but he's a douche that I don't mind. And that's very hard for me to say. And also I will say, aesthetically, this movie does look really good. All the costumes really do work pretty well. I like the fact that they are going more towards the comics, because in the early day of X-Men it was like, no, we have to wear black leather. Don't put Hugh Jackman in yellow spandex, oh dear God! But for you fans of the 90s animated series, you will like some parts of this movie. And now we get into the negatives of the movie. And I know it's gonna sound like I have a lot more negatives than I do positives, but overall I did enjoy the movie. But I have to address these, and yes, they did impede my enjoyment of the movie. First off, Apocalypse. Okay, I didn't hate Apocalypse. I'll go ahead and say that. I feel like he's getting bashed for all the wrong reasons. Aesthetically, his costume looks really good. The makeup job, it looks like Apocalypse. It does not look like Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers. Yeah, we all remember that, and it is a stain on my childhood. And Oscar Isaac tries his best with what he's given, but unfortunately, his motivations really aren't that thick. Pretty much it boils down to the 2 lines that you heard in the trailers, which will be, "You follow blind leaders." And the obligatory, "Everything they built will fall!" that you've heard 1,000 times now in every single ad that this movie has done. On top of that, he is so overpowered in the movie that you question why he doesn't do certain things. Like, for example, we see him turn people into dust like 7 times in the movie. and yet during the final fight with the X-Men, he never does this. Just my opinion, it might solve a lot of his problems. On top of that, I said I liked a lot of the new X-Men that came in. I liked a lot of them. I didn't love a lot of them. For example, the three I mentioned in the positives, I did really love. However, Storm, Angel, and Psylocke really just get shifted to, hey, you're in here for fan service, don't say any lines though. I swear, Psylocke only had like 3 lines, and it sucks because she's one of my favorite X-Men. Also, Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. Okay, I will say this, I don't have a problem with her performance, I think it's fine. I have a problem with what Hollywood is doing to her. And that is, instead of, blue Mystique, mutant and proud, as she said in First Class, nope, Jennifer Lawrence face, all the time. Magneto even acknowledges in the first movie that it uses up a lot of her concentration and her energy to keep that face on the whole time, so her being blue honestly does make her stronger. And I think it's demoting to Mystique as a character. I think Mystique should be mutant and proud. I will say too, if you guys pay attention and you've watched the other movies, there are some really big continuity errors, and for me, I thought that we were over that with Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past really just hit a reset switch on a lot of things, and I don't think this movie took full advantage of that. But weirdly enough, I'm still recommending that you guys see this movie. If you guys like X-Men, you will like this movie. If you guys are interested in where they might be going in further movies, you will like this movie. But there are a lot of issues that I mentioned, and they are worth addressing. Overall, I'm still giving this my recommendation. I will say that if Batman v Superman was the god-awful superhero movie this year, and Civil War was the best so far, X-Men Apocalypse is somewhere in between. And of course, you have Deadpool, and that's in a category all its own. But all of that is just my opinion. What did you guys think of X-Men Apocalypse? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think Apocalypse was menacing? Did you think Magneto was awesome? Did you love Quicksilver again? Whatever it is, comment below and let me know. And also now you can follow me on the Instagrams, on the Tweeters, and on the Facebooks. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll be back to you with some nerdy news sometime soon. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!